Steve?
Yeah?
This is not the chimpanzee exhibit like we had planned.
No, it is not.
Could you explain?
Yes, I can. I'm happy to explain why we're not a chimp.
Wait, first off, before
What?
you get there,
Yeah?
why are you not in uniform?
My wife handed me this morning and said I should wear it.
Well, I know your wife dresses you.
How are you guys doing today? We are not a chimp. And I'll explain the shirt in a second. And I'll explain the banana peel in a second. But we're not a chimp. Wendy and I were set to go to chimp. We were all ready to go. But some circumstances have kicked us out of chimp. Beyond our control. We weren't able to make that call. So what we did say, you know what? A lot of you asked about something a while back. And we thought, maybe this is a good pivot to what you guys were talking about a few weeks ago. So we apologize for not being a chimp. It is on the agenda. We were ready to go.
Yes, we will in the next
People
couple
still
weeks.
ready.
We will be there. We
We'll
promise.
get you over there. Just something that came up and we weren't able to go over that way. I wear this amazing shirt. There's a truck coming. You can come on. People are like, what are you doing over there? I love it. Work. The shirt is for our virtual camps this year. The virtual camps are up. And you guys can sign up for the virtual camps. And in my pocket is information about those camps, and we're going to tell you about those camps a little bit later on in the presentation for you. And these are awesome because guess what? You can purchase these.
Anybody can buy a shirt, not
Right?
just the campers.
Exactly. For little kids and big kids. Big kids like me, you maybe, can't go to camp, but you can have this amazing shirt. And it is wicked comfortable. Da-da-da.
Our friends that are answering questions for us today will put a link in the comments if you are interested in signing up for camps, or if you are interested in buying a t-shirt for our virtual adventures we've been taking you on.
Bada bing, huh? So the donate button is up. I believe the donate button is up, so you can still do that. And you guys, you get almost $3,000 through the Zoo EDventures that you guys have helped us raise. So thank you so much for that.
It's amazing.
That's a huge chunk of money, and we can't thank you enough for that. Or you can go on, follow the link, and buy one of these t-shirts. They're $15 for up to size XL, 2X and 3X. This is 3X. I'm 6'3". It's 3. It fits. It's actually long, which is awesome. It fits. I believe they're true to size.
And Father's Day is coming up.
You're so good. So yeah, so you can do that. So you can donate. Again, really, truly appreciate the donations. Or you can buy one of these amazing virtual camp t-shirts.
All right, so you explained why you're out of uniform.
Yeah.
You know that throwing banana peels on the side of the road is bad. I know there's no road and it's bad for wildlife, but
There's no road.
I know there's no road, but why?
Because we're at the North Carolina Zoo's compost pile.
Yay!
It's poop-tastic.
Poop.
And hot.
It's hot
But
and
not
there's
very
poop.
smelly. It smells like wet hay. People ask that question a lot. It smells like wet hay because that's kind of what it is. But we're at the North Carolina Zoo's compost pile. My hair is a little long. I'm not looking very professional. That look better?
So we tricked them.
We did trick them.
I pretend like I didn't know where we were.
And I had to bring her here. She really didn't want to come here. But we're happy to be here and share this with you. The North Carolina Zoo's compost pile. And I pitched the banana peel over there because this is all going to be turned into, all this manure, all this waste is going to be turned into compost at the North Carolina Zoo.
Tell them what you see in this pile, Steve.
I see leaves and branches. I see cups and plates. Oh, I see a banana peel. I wonder how that got there.
That was yours.
Oh,
Good job.
mine?
That was your
Oh, that was
addition.
mine. Okay, good. I see green grass. I see some hay, bedding over there. And I see brown stuff.
A lot of brown
stuff.
What do you guys think that brown stuff is?
Whose is it? Or whose was it?
Wasn't mine.
So that's elephant dung. It's elephant poop. It's really an amazing process to go from this waste material to compost. And I know it's not chimpanzees, but it's really important to figure out what's going on here. We have a kind of a captain of compost here at the North Carolina Zoo. George Adams, that's one of his major jobs is to create the compost for the zoo. And the process is amazing. He says he needs to have about a 25-to-1 ratio of brown stuff to green stuff. Brown stuff, like the hay and the bedding, the dead leaves, the carbon content in the brown stuff. And the 1 is the nitrogen side of things, which is what the compost, which is actually the manure provides, and the green leaves. So a lot of what happens here is more bedding material and hay and grasses, straw, and then the feces comes in as well. Yeah.
We already had a question asking about the cups and the plates.
Oh, the cups and the plates.
They're a special kind.
I'm going to tell you right now what it is. Those are compostable cups and plates that come from SSA, our food service. So we actually work with them as well. They've changed all of their materials over to compostable materials at the North Carolina Zoo.
Speaking of George,
watch this,
the captain of compost, he's taking a load out into the zoo.
Where's the George, guys? Bye, George. And that tractor's wicked important. So let's talk about the process. So yeah, I'll go a little bit deeper on the cups and things in a minute. But that's where it comes from. It comes from SSA. So let's talk about the compost. So what happens is we got this big pile of feces that comes in, big pile of waste material. And they come and the keepers and the hort staff, the plant staff, they drop it off at the zoo. And then George, with that big tractor, he pushes it all into this pile. And he gets it all together, and that starts the cooking process. It's really a recipe. There's ingredients. You got to have 25 parts of the carbon to 1 part of nitrogen. You got to mix it. You got to turn it, make it good. Come with me, guys. I'm gonna show you where we're headed. So George puts all that together, and then he begins to turn that composting. Remember, if you just throw out, if I just pitch my banana out there, it'll break down in time. But if it goes into the compost pile, it's going to break down so much faster. Because as it's being turned, it's adding air. It's adding oxygen to the compost pile. And that kind of activates the microbes. It activates the fungi. Like me. Fungi.
Oh, Lord.
I'm a fungi.
That's a stretch.
Not a fungi?
The joke.
Oh,
I mean, you are a
mushroom.
fungi, but the joke.
So it activates those materials, and they begin to, so the microbes and the fungi begin to break down all the material that's in that pile, that windrow, that's what they call it, called a windrow of compost. And as those microbes are working, as the fungi are working within that, it's literally heating up, right? It is truly a recipe. I get the ingredients together. I get the carbon and the nitrogen. I get the straw and the hay and the feces. I get the green plant material. I get the cups and I get the plates. Those are my ingredients. I put it together and then I roll it, I turn it, and I cook it. I heat it up to temperatures like this. George takes the temperature of the windrow. He takes the temperatures of the windrow. This big pile that's 6 feet tall, I don't know how long it is. I'm 6 feet, what is that? 30 feet long?
30 at least.
6 feet tall, 30 feet long. He's taking the temperature of that, he's turning it because he needs to get the temperature up to at least 131 degrees, oftentimes going 155, 160 degrees.
That's hot.
Right? So inside, that thermometer is about, I can show you. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna do it this way. You go down.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm 6 feet tall. That's a 4 foot long thermometer.
Thankfully, that's not a human thermometer.
And he puts it back in the windrow. Trying to get it up to 131 degrees. It has to stay at 100. It's a process, and it's science. It is science through and through. He has to maintain that 131 degrees for about 15 days. Over that 15-day period, he turns these windrows, these piles, about 5 times. After that, he turns it into these other windrows. Wendy will show you those if she doesn't step on anything out here. And the temperature of those is monitored. Once it hits 110, it's essentially done cooking.
So weird to hear you say the word cooking, because my mind immediately goes to food, and this is not edible for me.
But it's producing edible stuff later on, and we'll talk about that.
I am thankful for that.
So he produces this material. Listen to these numbers. These numbers are amazing to me. 2,000 tons of waste comes in. 2,000 tons of waste. Things like this.
We brought our own.
We brought our own poop.
There's how many different kinds of poop in there?
There's 3.
3 kinds of poop.
One is an elephant.
Elephant?
I bet you can figure that one out.
Well.
And I'll pull them out in a second so you can see them a little closer after I get done getting bit by a fly.
Elephant.
Giraffe. And zebra.
Zebra. Okay. So you guys saw them. He's going to pull one out of each in his hand.
Right. What's this one?
Well, I'm going to let them guess at home.
Dun, 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 dun. What kind of fecal matter is this? Who provided this to the North Carolina Zoo's Education Department? This is shellacked. This has been... There's flies. Doesn't smell funny, but there's flies. Elephant. That's elephant poop. Elephants, not very good digesters. So it's not the best for the compost pile, actually. But they make 2,500 or 2.5 tons. Yeah, two and a half tons of this is made every day and provided by elephant. Sorry. Isn't that crazy? So the elephants are the greatest producers of waste material, and that includes bedding, and that includes other things too, not just the fecal matter. They're not very good at it. The other 2 piles of poop, one is zebra, one is giraffe. You saw how big the elephant was. Zebra is in which hand? Dun 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 dun. Oh, sorry. Which is zebra? Elephant was huge. Giraffes are huge. Zebras are horse-like. Zebra. Again, clean, sanitized, shellacked.
They're made they're almost like plastic.
This is essentially poop plastic, so we can share it with you. It's not a worry. So that's zebra. This little stuff's giraffe.
I was wrong when I first guessed, when I first came here and was learning all the biofacts. I guessed wrong. Right. I thought the little one was going to be for the giraffe, and I thought the big one was going to be the opposite.
Because the giraffe has been processed so well by the giraffe, this is good quality poop, according to George.
And George is an expert.
George is an expert. So that's good quality poop. This is giraffe.
Giraffe.
This is giraffe dung. Zebra dung.
Zebra.
And you saw the elephant again.
Elephant.
So 2,000 tons comes in.
Well, I wanted to add to this conversation.
Oh, yeah, you do?
I accessorized. You know me. I like to wear animal earrings that go with whatever program I'm doing.
But your uniform is not.
Today.
You wear your regular jeans.
Today
your mask is ready.
Today is no different.
What is that? Can I see
my earrings?
Let me see that.
It's my earrings.
What is that?
That's koala poop. I wore koala poop earrings today.
Wait a minute.
Because we were talking about poop, so I accessorized for our program.
Wendy, you just handed me koala poop?
It was shellacked.
And you didn't say get gloves or anything?
It was shellacked, just like our biofacts were. I got it from the Riverbank Zoo. Thank you, Riverbank Zoo. A girl has to accessorize when she educates. Okay, give it back. You don't appreciate it like I do.
Koala poop.
Koala poop, everyone.
Koala poop earrings. Who knew? Right? Last week with Leslie and Nikki in their zoo classroom, they showed us caddisfly earrings as well. Right? Craziness. All right. Thanks for sharing your koala poop earrings with us, Wendy.
You're welcome.
So 2,000 tons comes in. 2,000 tons, 1,500 tons comes from animal. Again, fecal matter, dung, bedding products, browse, the leaves, branches, all that comes in. The horticulture department, the plant guys, provide about 500 tons of material. Sticks, branches, things that they're cutting, things the animals won't eat, things that may be bad for the animals. All that material comes here as well. And remember the cups and the plates. Remember those? We said they were compostable. SSA, our food service providers here, and thank you so much SSA for doing this, have flipped over to compostable products. 1 ton a month.
Holy moly.
A ton a month from SSA. So thank you so much for SSA. And you guys can participate in our program as well. When you come to the zoo and you grab a bite to eat at any one of our restaurants, they're going to serve it to you in those compostable products. If you'll take a moment to sort them, and the bins are there for you. If you'll take a moment to sort it, you're now part of the process. You're now part of the composting team of the North Carolina Zoo. And you are now part of the circle of poop.
Oh, wow. You just did that.
I did circle of poop. I really can't sing.
Okay, that was awesome. That was awesome. Good job.
Can't do it.
Good job.
Circle. It's a cycle. And it's a closed cycle at the zoo. Listen how it goes. Compost is brought. Waste materials, things that nobody wants, are brought to the zoo. Are brought here from the guys in the park, from the animal staff, from the hort staff, from SSA. We don't want this. It's got to get composted. So that compost, that waste material comes in. Our captain of compost, George, does his thing, puts everything in a pile. He gets all the ingredients together. He puts them together, gets that 25-to-1 ratio of carbon to nitrogen. Oh, he knows that. It's in there. He begins to turn those ingredients. He's cooking those ingredients, heating everything up inside, getting that temperature up to 150, 160 degrees, maintaining at least 131 degrees for 15 days. He's got all that processed, and then he puts it back over here, lets it all kind of cook and simmer some more. This is the simmer station. This is the warming station. Get it down to 110 degrees. And after a period of how much time do you think it takes before it gets done? How much time does it take in this cycle, in this circle, will it take for it to get done? A year? 2 years? A week? Well, it can't be a week because we know he's got to turn it for 15 days at least. How many months or years does it take to get to that really good compost? Cooking at 130 degrees and then 110 degrees. Any guesses? I'm doing this because it's amazing to me. Because of the process. Ready? 4 months. That's it.
That's not bad.
No. Constant attention. So, back to our cycle. It's been dropped off. He's got it here. He's turned it. He's cooked it. He's simmered it. 4 months. Everything's ready. Now you take the compost, the actual material, and you put it back in the park. You're growing stuff in the park. You're growing those beautiful flowers. It goes to the pollination stations in the park. It goes to the greenhouse. It goes to our browse garden. Last week we learned about the browse garden. Was it last week? It probably wasn't, was it?
It was Monday.
It was Monday. You learned about the browse garden on Monday, where we're harvesting plants. We're harvesting tree branches that are covered in leaves. So the compost goes there. From there, the plants grow up. It's fed out, many times fed back to the animals. So that browse is fed back to the animals. The fruits, the products are fed back to the animals. The animals eat it. And then what happens after you've eaten your food?
Oh, I know that answer.
Let's let our guests answer.
Oh, I finally knew an answer.
You've known that answer today. All right, Wendy, what happens? So you fed it to the animals. After the animals eat it, now what happens?
They pooped it out because
They do.
everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
So one thing universally we all have in common. Everybody
Producing our
poops.
own waste. So now that waste material is there, what happens to the waste products? Brought back to the compost. And it starts that cycle all over again. 2,000 tons come in, about 600 or 700 tons go out. Because during that cooking process, you're losing moisture. Check this out. You're losing water. Now, we've got all kinds of retention ponds. We've got all kinds of barriers. This water isn't going into any of the public's water supplies. So as it cooks, you're losing moisture. Of course, you're losing water over time as well. So from the 2,000 tons that come in, 600 or 700 pounds or tons go out. About a third is used. It's all used in park.
So if we're basically, doing this whole process and recycling it,
Yep.
we must be saving a lot of money not having to buy compost. Because I know I buy compost for my yard at home.
I do too. We're saving in disposal money alone, getting rid of it, $100,000 a year.
Wow.
The project is one of the oldest in the zoo. It's 24 years old. We've been doing this for 24 years. We were ahead of the curve.
This was before composting was cool.
This was way before composting was, and you can even go back even further than that when they were actually beginning to do some of the processes. They started this process in 1994 or 96, 24 years ago, whatever the math is. You can do this at home.
Maybe not on this grand scale because you would need like a seriously really strong septic system if you had this much poop. So maybe on a much smaller scale, Steve. You need to tell them that.
Maybe on a much smaller scale. That's true. You could definitely do it. And you can save some of your own dollars as well. Check this out. Again, we had to go a little bit quick, so we don't actually have the tote. But you can make a composting tote at home.
And this link, our friends that are answering your questions live right now, we'll put a link up for us.
Leslie and Bob. Nikki's probably there. I don't know who else is there. Kathy, Linda, Beth. We have some really good teammates.
But this is just made out of a simple...
It's a plastic, Rubbermaid
plastic tote
kind of thing. You drill some holes in it because you need the air. You might need to mist it, so you need the water to be able to be in it, and you need the water to go away. You can gather up that... what's a good word for that?
Is there a name for that? Is there like a professional name for that?
Let's call it tea.
Oh, I like tea.
Still like tea?
Well, I mean, it's good for the environment. So yeah, I like tea.
What does it say here? Fertilizer tea.
Fertilizer tea, compost tea. Great. So they can water their plants with that
Absolutely.
water.
You can grab that water up and now you can water your own plants with that. That's good water
Yeah.
as far as for the plants go. But remember that when you're composting, you have to work at it. You can't just put it in. That's like compostable cups and plates that you buy. You say, oh, I'm doing a good thing because I'm throwing it away, but it's compostable. Not really. Because if it just sits there, if air doesn't get to it, if oxygen doesn't get to it, it doesn't break down. So paper wouldn't break down. Let's show you some stuff.
We've had a lot of questions while we're walking back. Is the zoo open?
Oh, great question. We were going to talk about it at the end. The zoo is not open yet. Not yet. But the virtual camps are up and running, and I'll tell you about those in a second. So that's cool. We're going to be opening, I'm going to put soon in quotes again. I've been saying that for a while. But when we do open, remember, it's going to be phased. We're not going to go, and everybody can come whenever they want. We're also going to have limited attendance for the first little bit so we can get our feet wet, so we know what we're doing. Social distancing will be practiced.
Time ticketing?
time ticketing will happen.
So you'll have to buy your tickets in advance.
Anyway, and you want to get them early. So if you want to come, you want to get them early. So please pay attention to the website, pay attention to social media. Wendy and I, we hope to be out on the first day. We'll be out in the park meeting everybody, saying hi to folks. So time ticketing, you're going to pay attention to. When will it happen? We're not sure. We're not sure.
It's in the works.
We don't have a date, but we're working on a plan for how to do it. Our graphics team is here working really hard on wayfinding to kind of help you guys when you do come back. How do we get to where we're going? We might only open one entrance and have kind of a one-way path. So graphics is going to have to work really hard on wayfinding so you guys know where to go and how to get where you're going. Thank you, Wendy. So all of that is happening behind the scenes right now. Animal is preparing. The horticulture team is preparing. Graphics is preparing. Education is preparing. So we know that it's on the horizon. And we know you guys are anxious to come in. Today, it was going to be 85, 88 degrees here.
Feels like 120 right now.
Not quite that warm right now, but it is warm. So a beautiful day here again. But with those virtual camps again, I do want to hype the shirt one more time before I show you a couple other things. These are for sale, and anybody can buy our virtual camp shirts. So anybody can attend the virtual camp.
And it's just our virtual programming. So what we're doing right now, this encompasses that as well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So if you like Steve and I, for $15, you can own a shirt that we will own as well.
You don't get this shirt.
Yeah, that would be smelly. It's hot out here right now.
All sizes, children through adult. Again, price is $15. $17 for double XL and triple XL. And again, I'm 6'3". This is a 3X and it fits. I think they're true to size. This is the only one I know. So, or you can click that donate button and send us a donation, which we truly, truly appreciate as well. Or you can go on and buy a shirt. You can also register. Let's do the camp real quick, just because I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear about the camps real quick? You guys mind if I?
Then we're going to talk about an activity.
Got an activity to share with you, and then. Whew. All right.
So these are the themes for the camp. So if you want to get your kids excited about virtual camps or be thinking about the theme before you sign up, and the link is in the comments.
Yep, and it's open right now. They're taking these.
Yep.
They're taking registrations as we speak for the shirts and for camps. So our virtual camps. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 different topics. There's a junior herpetologist topic. Price for the first 3 is $30. The camps are about 3 hours. So you can sign up for one in the morning or the afternoon. Okay, so not all day things. So 3-hour virtual camp in the morning or afternoon. The junior herpetologist is all about reptiles and amphibians. All for grades for all these rising 1st through 6th grade. So junior herpetologist, reptiles and amphibians. African Adventures is another one. Going to learn how these large animals and even some small animals are important in their ecosystems and their habitats. Again, $30, rising 1st through 6th graders. Wild America. So we're taking you to Africa and to North America as well. We'll talk about the rest of North America, the animals that are found here. That also rising 1st to 6th graders. There's also a keeper in training camp. It'll be fun to see how they do that virtually. It's going to be exciting to see where they take you and who you meet. That's $80, and it's a 3-day camp. $80 3-day camp, also rising 1st to 6th grade.
I would have killed for that when I was a little one.
Right. So yeah, so you can register for those now. The people are taking phone calls now, so you're welcome to do that. And again, you can purchase the shirts as well for $15 to $17. Whew! Activity. Where'd it go?
Right here.
I gave you my activity tonight. That was a mistake. Poor Wendy was like, "Here, I'll take that," even though you're not done with it, Steve. This is also on the website. There's a lot of materials that we get rid of, that we compost, we throw away, we trash. This is on there, and most importantly, our times and dates, things, how long it takes. I have some examples, so you guys can see them a little better.
So instead of seeing it on paper, we decided to put it physical. Turn that bag around.
Turn the bag around.
There we go.
Da-da-da.
So this is when this plastic bag breaks down.
It never goes away. It can break down to smaller and smaller pieces of plastic. So the bag itself never goes away. How about a styrofoam plate? I'm just kind of grabbing randomly. That's how long it takes it to break down, guys. Somewhere between 500 years and forever. Paper plate better? Well, a little bit. We realize that sometimes you need these. When you're making your choices, when you're making your purchasing choice, think about this. Those are choices we can make. What else do I have in the bag? Wendy put this together. Isn't this cool? How about a plastic bottle with tape on it that won't come out of the bag? It's like, no, you can't take me out. You can't take. Oh, I guess you can. Plastic never goes away. We realize that we use it. When you do use plastics, recycle them.
Don't put them in the trash.
Don't just pitch them.
Because look, they never go away.
What do they turn into? You guys remember when we talked about gopher frogs? You guys remember gopher frogs? Long time. It was cold. That's when I threw. That was a bad idea too. So the plastic breaks down into this. Animals eat this because it looks like food, gets in their stomach, and they can't digest it. So plastics never go away. Well, glass. Not real sure where this bottle came from, but
I'm not either. Actually, it's for educational purposes.
it is for bats.
If the adults at home know what bottle that goes to, and they like their margaritas, they should thank a bat, because bats are the only animal that pollinates the agave plant, which gives us the clear liquid that goes in that bottle.
That was very delicate and well done. Well done.
The more you know, Steve.
Well, you got to share.
The more you
That's
know.
what we do. We try to share with you guys. We're not sure what happens, how long it takes. Now, the difference is sometimes glass can break down into a sand-like material. But we're not exactly sure how long it takes glass to break down all the way. I think there's one more thing in here. Oh, a different choice. Aluminum. Really? Even 200 to 500 years for aluminum? But another thing you can recycle.
Can be recycled.
And it takes a little less energy to create that bottle, that can from there. We have alternative choices. You can use a bag.
Instead of that plastic bag at the
Take
store,
this one.
take a reusable bag.
Yeah. Take a reusable bag, a compostable plate.
If used properly, it breaks down in 3 to 6 months.
You can take compostable
Cup. 3 to 6 months. And those are made out of corn.
cornstarch.
Cornstarch.
Hey, people dropping stuff off. How about compostable silverware? You guys see that? This is what SSA uses here. They use this material.
It looks and feels just like plastic.
3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. Versus unknown.
Right. And I have to apologize to Wendy. She actually had a nice little display set up, and I pulled the first thing out and it fell apart. So that's where the tape
That's
is coming
okay.
from. What about a reusable bottle? Reusable cup? I know some of you guys use this already. Keep up the good work. I'm not going to throw this in the compost.
Yeah, please don't. That's mine.
That's yours. I'm not going to throw it in the compost. So composting at the North Carolina Zoo. 2,000 tons come in. 600 to 700 tons go out. All of it stays on park. All of it used to help in the park itself. Raise up some more food maybe to continue that wonderful sustainability project that program is going on for 24 years. So thanks to everybody who's part of that. And everybody at the zoo is bought in. So it all happens here, which is really amazing. So, all that in summary. Virtual camps up. Shirt, 15 to 17 bucks, you can buy it. We hope you guys learned this truly behind the scenes opportunity.
Yeah, you said behind. Poop. Behind. Sorry, it made me laugh.
We hope you guys have truly enjoyed this opportunity to go somewhere where you normally can't go and you can't see in the park, besides coming here on a virtual experience. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Zoo EDventures. Friday, what's happening Friday? Oh, Friday, you're going to get a point. Oh. We're going to the point.
We better look sharp.
We better look sharp for our walk with really big rodent.
Yes. Good one.
Thanks.
Good one. Good one.
Tune in Friday and you'll find out where we're trying to go with this. Live animal for you on Friday. Going to take the animal will be out and going for a walk, and we'll be right there with Kelly and Kat. Thank you guys so very much. Stay safe. We're getting there, guys. The tunnel's getting shorter, but do stay safe. We're thinking about you, and we truly appreciate the time you're giving us, letting us come into your homes, into your classrooms, into your living rooms and dining rooms, or your deck. Thanks very much, guys. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Zoo EDventures. I'm Steve. Wendy behind the camera. My shout out real quick. Thanks to Wendy. She makes us all look so good here at the park. You guys have commented on how good she's doing on her videos and stuff, and it's amazing. And the stuff that she has learned along the way, all this was new to her to start. So since March 20th, all this learning has happened. So I want to say, making me look good on my end, helping me plan, helping me get sort of situated. So thank you, Wendy, for all the hard work you've done for us and recognizing that this is not easy to do, and it's something you had to learn on the way. So I get to cheat.
Thank you.
And since I'm on this side of the camera,
I would blush, but I'm just sunburning right now.
Thanks, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you Friday.
We'll smell you later.